You gonna bring Argent Trizit back someday? I'll bring it back if people give me money. I stopped it because you ungrateful pieces of shit weren't giving me enough cash. So I don't have a ton. I just have this video lined up. So we're gonna go through and we're gonna really analyze this. So let's start.
Hey!
Shout out Soma
There we
Julius Cruz.
Oh. We're gonna do a ranked match.
This game looks terrible, by the way. This game looks like absolutely atrocious. I don't even know what it is. It doesn't matter.
Oh, and what's supposed to be a competitive fighting game. Genius level intelligence. And, so I'm surprised, there's any updates with the upcoming podcast? No, there's no updates whatsoever. I'm undecided, so. Oh, it's the same guy? Oh, that's great. What? Probably the only guy fucking playing.
Okay, let's go ahead. This is great content.
Yeah, well. We'll now end this garbage.
Okay, let's see here.
But instead, it's a piece of garbage. So, sad. Sad because I had high hopes for it.
That guy kind of looks like Johnny Bravo.
Right, I guess, but as a game out
Yeah, he looks.
story, it's a waste of time.
He looks exactly like Johnny Bravo.
Time. All right. All right, everybody. So, that is it. Let's take a break. Well, I'm gonna be honest with everyone right now. I'm starving, so I'm being forced against my fucking will to play the game for another 10 minutes and beat it. How stupid is this?
Okay.
Let's take roughly a 15-minute break or so. I'm gonna restart the stream completely so that we can play some Black Ops 4 multiplayer. And I'm gonna be playing it for about
His camera's like the shittiest. Like, look how bad that is. And this is in HD.
an hour or so. I would appreciate it if you come back. If you wanted to contribute today in particular, it would be a good thing because today's been incredibly slow. Metro before was like next to nothing. This stream's been next to nothing. This sucks. Bullshit! You know, because I'm trying to put out stuff that is entertaining people and gripping people, and I had to finish up the realization. How funny is it? Games that people tell me stop playing them, like Black Ops Blackout, right? Subnautica, Minecraft. This is the stuff that when I play, people are showing up and contributing.
By the way, if you guys haven't gotten it, Resident Evil 2 is really good. I got my new computer a couple days ago because my old one was just kind of, I don't know if the RAM was faulty in it or something, but I'm very conservative with money, so I just went and bought myself like a good computer. So I have a GTX 1070 in it, so I can run it at max. It's really good. I really like Resident Evil 2. It was a game I never played, and I didn't really want to go back to it because it was so like old, but the remake's excellent.
Then I played 2 new releases, and for like an entire week that I played them, no one cared.
Yeah, because you suck.
So I don't know. You know, I don't know what else to do.
And now, our feature presentation.
I'm a loser!
These guys go so overboard with all the sound clips and stuff.
Pay my bills. Basically what we've got is I got a big payment from Twitch, and I use that to pay down bills and the like. I need that money. That money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills. Basically what we've got is I got a big payment from Twitch, and I use that to pay down bills and the like. I have some of it saved, like some of it's left. And what I'm going to do now is, you know, get through this month, get through next month, and pay all the bills and everything that needs to get paid, the standard stuff. And like I told you guys, by the end of this month, I have to send all the information for my taxes to my tax attorney and tell him I need the information by early April, basically, so I know what I owe, so I can figure out if I can pay it or not. And that's it, whatever I can rate.
By the way, just out of interest, I do report all the income I make off of this that people donate to me and that I get on Patreon. I do report all of that to the CRA, and I can claim business deductions. So like this new computer I'm going to claim as a business deduction, etc., and that reduces the amount I pay on income I make from this. Obviously, it doesn't reduce income taxes on income I make for my day job, but that's another thing you have to keep in mind with Phil. Phil has massive, massive write-offs. I don't know how taxes work in the States, but
via special events and stuff, say in March, and probably in April I'll do something for my birthday like I did last year. Whatever I can raise in March and April, that goes towards the taxes, anything in excess of what I need to base to pay my bills. And outside of that, whatever happens. The situation is pretty dire. If I can't raise a lot of money between now and April, I'm pretty much faced with no other option but to sell this house. I need you to help support everything, all right? Whether they put a lien on my house, whether they put me on a payment plan, whether or not I can even afford it, I don't know what's going to happen. I guess we're going to find out. So there you go. All right, let's keep knocking stuff down. Why am I toxic?
Wow, this is great content.
I do. I think I'm going to owe... I'm just guessing. This is just me guessing. I'm guessing I'm going to owe the government 20 grand. Not even lying.
Whoa. He was going to owe the government 20 grand. I thought he was going to owe the government 12. Like, doesn't it keep... Wasn't it 4 grand, then 12 grand, then like 20 grand? Like, it keeps changing. Let me look this up. Income tax calculator. Let's see here. Let me just pull this up. USA. To have to pay... let's see here. That much money. Okay, so he said 20K in taxes. So let's just take a look at that. So that's... If he made $80,000, that would be $16,000 in taxes. Okay, let's see if he made $200,000, that would be... Okay, that would be $40,000 in taxes. Wait. Okay, I'm tripping out here. Okay, so... Oh, right, because this is tax... Sorry, that's a quarterly tax. That's what I was... Okay, so that means if it's a quarterly tax, because he said he pays his taxes 4 times a year. That's why I was getting confused. So that would mean he pays $80,000 in income taxes a year. So let's see how much money he would have to make to pay $80,000 in income taxes. So he would have to make $320,000 a year to pay that much money in income taxes. And that would assume he gets no deductions whatsoever. So is Phil trying to tell us that he makes that much money? Also, okay, wait a minute. If he's filing with CAT, that lowers his income even more. So none of this makes any sense. I don't know.
$1,000. And that's because I'm a loser. I didn't pay taxes all year, and I now have fees. And
Whoa. Okay, once again, didn't we have repeated begathons to pay his taxes all throughout 2018? Like, he said he paid his tax. Okay, people in the chat, am I crazy? Did he say he paid his taxes in 2018? I seem to remember a bunch of fundraisers. He's like, look, I finally paid my taxes. I have a little bit of money left over. I paid these other taxes, etc. He kept saying that, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he did. Anyways.
On top of whatever the base amount was that I owed. Now...
So where did all the money go? If none of it went towards the taxes... So he didn't pay any taxes at all last year, and he pays $16,000 to $20,000 a quarter. So why is he only paying $20,000? Shouldn't he owe an additional $80,000 if he didn't pay income taxes last year, and he pays $20,000 in taxes a quarter? Then shouldn't he owe $100,000? Or is my math just like completely wrong? Like, okay, so people in the chat, do you get like, do you agree with me? Am I right on this? That if he didn't pay any taxes and one of his quarterly tax payments is $20,000, then he should owe $120,000 because he didn't pay last year.
I didn't even make what, like about half of that from the special gifted subs that I got from Emerald 7.
I thought he got like 13 or 16 grand from Emerald 7.
At least I got a little bit of a start, but I doubt I'll have half of that left by the time that it's kind of time to pay the taxes. So we're gonna see what happens. We'll see. That's me guessing, but we'll see. In reality, we'll see what I owe. So.
Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money.
And by the way, saying that, me saying, you know, the 20 grand is an estimate is very much just a guess. I have no idea. I think it's going to be more.
It's going to be
based
more.
off of what I was told, you know, if I had paid all of my taxes on time, with all of my write-offs and everything that I get, I would have had to pay around $16,000.
Wait a minute. Sorry, with the write-offs, it's $16,000. So that means it's even higher, his income. So let me see here. Okay, so assuming he gets, I don't know, like a couple, like 20, let's say he gets like $40,000 in write-offs or something. I don't know. So oh, nope, that's the wrong one. Let's see, 500. So yeah, he could like be making like $400,000 or $500,000 or something like that. I don't know.
Over the course of last year, okay. They wanted me to pay $4,000 every quarter. I had no money. I literally never had money to pay taxes last year. All of my money basically went to bills. I don't have money to do it. 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 I don't have money to because so many bills went up in 2018. In particular, all my credit card bills doubled. That's not me exaggerating. Every credit card payment I had doubled. And I have a lot of credit card debt.
This guy is fucking stupid.
I mean, you're talking over $1,000 a month that I used to have in my pocket gone. Just because they raised the minimum payments. They all raised the interest because the Fed...
Whoa, what? He spends $1,000 a month on credit card debt? Because he said they doubled the minimum payments. So if they doubled the minimum payments and that's $1,000 was the new thing, that means he was spending $1,000 a month just on credit card bills. And that's the minimum payment. So you got, like, what's the maximum payment? Like, I don't know. I've never been in that much debt in my life. Oops. My bad.
Silent, play the game! They all raised the interest because the Fed in the United States raised the interest rates. So they all raised the interest rates on the cards, which made them raise the minimum payments. And now I'm paying double every month on every credit card than I used to. So, you know, that's where all my fucking money goes now. It sucks. Who pays for the house? Who pays the rent? Who pays the taxes?
Cat?
But yeah, that's what I'm worried. I'm thinking if let's say I owed $16,000, I didn't pay any of it. So not only do I owe that, but now there's going to be taxes, fees. I'm assuming $4,000 to $5,000. So maybe $21,000 I'm going to owe. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe by the time April 15th comes, I'll have between $8,000 and $10,000 left from the gifted subs. If that, we'll have to see. Because the other problem is I have to pay for them to do.
But didn't he just get a bunch of money, like, from somebody else? So I just got a huge payment from Twitch. But isn't he going to get paid from Twitch again before his taxes are due? And why are the taxes due in April? I thought the taxes were due in January. Like, this guy's so bad at keeping his lies straight. Like, it's really fascinating. Anyways.
do my taxes, and guess how much they're going to charge me? They just told me $1,230 to do my taxes this year. That's what the tax attorney say. $1,230 to do my taxes. Phil, you make me angry, Phil. Now, the older guy that I used to use in Connecticut also used to charge me that much. He used to charge me $1,250. But when he did that, he used to do both my state and federal. This is just for federal. I'm going to be charged $1,230. So right there, that's $1,230 I should have been paying. I could go to the government. Instead, it's got to go to the tax attorney to pay for the services rendered. So that's what I mean. Like, money comes and money goes. What? And it sucks because even though I did get all these gifted subs in December, a lot of that's going to be gone by the time April comes for various reasons. So maybe I'll have, hopefully, 8,000 maybe to put towards the taxes from that. And then, like I said, whatever else I raise, maybe I could get really good and a really good event in March, and maybe for my birthday, some really good stuff. And then I end up raising, a few more $1,000. Maybe I can at least pay half of what I owe.
Oh, okay. The state business taxes were due in January.
In April, okay. That would probably be ideal. And that way, it's if you're talking $10,000 or less, that's not a huge deal. Usually the government will work with you, so hopefully this will all work out, but I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, best case scenario, I put out amazing stuff in March and April. Come out, and it ends up being real generous, and I get a giant, I raise a bunch of funds to go towards it, and it's not a big deal. But that's like best case scenario, and I don't know what's going to happen. Probably not very realistic. Android, please stop. Android thinks he knows anything about this stuff. He doesn't. He says he has a friend who makes over $100,000, so he doesn't pay $20K. Then he says, why are you using a tax attorney? You should be using a C.
That's amazing. Somebody pointed out what I was pointing out. That he would have to be making. Like, how much would he have to be making? Like, I see taxes of... No, more than that. It was like $340,000 to be paying quarterly taxes of $20,000. So, and he doesn't pay state income tax.
Yeah,
So that's all federal.
Anyway, because we all know that tax attorneys are not CPAs. They're not exactly the same fucking thing. I'm not even gonna get into it. Android, you don't know what you're talking about. And you should stop right now. Even if you are legitimately trying to help, all you're doing is wasting time and making yourself look bad. So please stop. Okay. Let's continue building my roof. Now that it's the correct height. Yeah, we're not talking about it anymore, guys. The bottom line is, tax issue is my issue right now. I got it, like I said, next week there'll be a couple streams where I can't stream the normal time because I have to deal with it. I have to do my taxes. After that, it's in the hands of my CPA, my accountant, whatever you want to call them.
Oh, someone posted under the Pakistan video, like, the best quote ever. It is what it is, nothing I could do, but I digress. The Pakistani government on the terrorists that operate there.
And then I'm going to have hopefully more information about it, by the end of April. But I will be doing special events in March to try to raise funds to help with it.
I need dollar.
Suggestions on an event I could do for a marathon or whatever to help with that, great. I open to the input. Bullshit! And that's that. We don't need to talk about it in detail over and over and over, especially when there's no specific info anyway, so.
The blackest eyes.
I can't. Doesn't matter what I do. I'm in the wrong, so I don't really care anymore. Is it Apocalypse 2.0? I went down a little bit more right now. I think they fucked themselves permanently. So.
Okay, let's see.
It's engaging, but also fun for the viewer.
Okay, so someone said watch Mr. Stuff's second newest video. So that was like, I don't know. How do you spell Mr. Stuff again? Here we go, Mr. Stuff. So what was the one that people were asking me to talk about? YouTube ads. Slowly Being Games, Safe Space Podcast, Apex Legends. Here, let me just fix that. And There we go. Was it that one? I don't know. Someone was telling me. Oh, the latest one. Okay, unrecorded post Subnautica talk.
Good. Rock Dice says you also found a mod station that I found that I need to build. Well, that's going to be for next time. All right. All right, guys. So, that is it for Subnautica. However, the stream is not ending because I would like to hang out with some of you guys for a little bit. By the way, Jack Spartacus reminded me I could pick the stasis rifle as well. You're right. Subnautica, I will play it again this coming week. Another chill stream, another Subnautica stream coming up at some point. All right, fair enough? All right, thanks to everyone who did cheer, sub, and tip during that time period. I appreciate it. At this point, it's a 9 p.m. on the 28th of February. So what I like to do is do a little bit of conversation with all of you tonight. Actually, I don't know if I can make my camera full screen or not. Hold on. I mean, kind of. Here, let me do this. My hair's all screwed up, of course. Nothing I can do about that.
Nothing I can do, yes. We're both adjusting our cameras at the same time.
My hair's going to be screwed up no matter what. What can I do, right?
There's nothing he could do.
All right, so what's going on, everybody? What's going on? I could chill with you guys for like an hour if I feel like an hour. It depends on how this goes.
This looks like a fucking horror movie. This looks like some shitty like cam and a found footage film. Like whatever that fucking door over there, like someone's gonna jump out and like kill him or something. I don't know.
Like I said, I don't have much going on. I guess I'll turn off my PS4. Ah, shit! I shouldn't have done that because I should have. You know what? I will download Toe Jam and Earl while we're talking. How about that? That'll make sense. Let me turn the free PS4 back on. Roger Fan wants to know what was my favorite part of Persona 5. Tough question because a lot that I like about the game. The plot itself and the character design and the individual characters are interesting. There's so many of them in your party. How each character has their own specific dungeon. The dungeons were much improved from the previous Persona games. The turn-based combat was much improved. I mean, there's a lot. The PS4 won't even turn on now. Hold on. Nothing is easy tonight. Everything is like a task, a chore.
This quality content is as good as my content.
Just turn on?
When I'm streaming. When I probably shouldn't be after a very long, tiring
Yes, it's
week.
turning on. Infinite, just give this up to Ratchet Fan. Thank you, Infinite, again. Ratchet Fan, congrats. Two Bar Kings did 100 bit cheer. Thank you, Two Bar King. I've had a PS4 Pro since last August. Someone donated it to me. Thank God, because my old PS4 that thing was on its last legs. It was having so many issues. Seriously, it was having like tons of issues. Alright. Would I ever go skydiving? Hell no. Nope. Number one, I'm afraid of heights. I know it's an irrational fear, but I am still afraid of heights. And number two, I don't take crazy risks like that, Toe Jam and Earl back in the groove. Here it is. $20, not bad. $20. We're sorry, this product cannot be purchased at this time. I can't buy it. Alright, I'll check the trailer later tonight when PSN stops being dumb as fuck. Wow.
This is great content, Phil. This needed to be recorded and put on stream.
Okay, did I claim the PS4 Pro on my taxes? You cannot claim it, because I didn't spend money on it, so I can't claim it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You couldn't.
I cannot claim it as an expense.
This is great.
Does the Pro put out more frames per second? In general, I've noticed some games run really well on the Pro, some just still run at 30 frames per second. The thing is, I've never directly compared my regular PS4 to the Pro to say, oh yeah, on the PS4, regular PS4, it was like 25 frames, and on this one it's like 45. So I couldn't really answer that, but in general, I would say, yeah, it probably does run stuff better. Excuse me.
This is great content. This is quality
for dinner tonight, I had an Italian-style salad and chicken noodle soup.
Of course it was
It was
Italian.
just mixed greens. It was like lettuce and carrots. and
Italian
red
style.
cabbage,
Italian
and
seasoning.
I did fat-free Italian dressing, a few croutons, and a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese mixed together, and healthy chicken noodle soup, not like Campbell's salty ass. It was like fresh chicken noodle soup made by my local supermarket. So that was my dinner tonight. Yes, I am absolutely passing on Dead or Alive 6. I'm not going to play it. I explained on my pre-stream earlier today, but
Sorry if I'm not like super high energy. It's been a long week. I just kind of wanted to get this out of the way because I'm going to be busy the next couple days. At least I think I am.
explain it now, very quickly. Number one, I don't think it's a game that's going to have legs. I think it's a game that I would just play the campaign and maybe the multiplayer once or twice, and then I wouldn't ever play it again. So I don't think that it's worth buying. And number two,
But
Mortal Kombat 11
boobies.
is coming out in April. That's going to be the hype game. Like, everyone will completely
Yeah, but boobies, Phil.
drop Dead or Alive 6 and never touch it again once that's out, so there's no point. Don says, I've ever thought about getting workout equipment or hitting the gym to get exercise after the streams. Yes, but in reality, there's no time. Like, just give you guys
there's
some,
no
some
time.
perspective here, all right? This is purely being honest with
There's tons of, like, he doesn't have to commute. There's no reason he couldn't just go for a fucking walk. That's what I do. Like, I have a treadmill in the basement for when it's like -20, but I normally just go for a walk, like for an hour a day on the weekend and maybe like half an hour on a weekday, and that seems to work okay for me.
all. Woke up this morning, washed up, used the restroom, went downstairs with Kat, and did our morning stuff. Kat had a cup of coffee, and I had just some water. I think some mornings I'm hungry enough, I'll have breakfast. Some mornings I won't.
One of his V8 energy drinks.
Basically spent
Big
like
chugs.
20 minutes with her, talked about the day, what we're
His
gonna do
Mountain
today,
Dew
yada yada.
kickstart.
Came up here, got started with work.
You know, I wonder how bad are Phil's teeth. I don't think he's ever talked about his teeth, but with the diet he eats and his poor personal hygiene, those things got to be full of cavities.
Got the stream going. Was in here streaming from 10 o'clock in the morning until 4 p.m. By the time I was out of here, she was already gone to go to work. So what did I do? I went downstairs, made dinner, made a salad, made my soup, ate it, cleaned up, washed everything, cleaned up the house a little bit downstairs. Today was garbage day, so I had to bring out the cans and.
Oh my god, he had to bring out the garbage.
And by then there was like maybe 25, 30 minutes to just like sit. So I watched a little bit of SmackDown from earlier this week that I didn't get a chance to watch. So I watched a little bit of that. Then it was time to come back up here, back to work. Here I am on stream. And as soon as I'm done with this, I'll be uploading, and then I'll be waiting for Kat to get home. Where was the time to work out? See what I mean? Like, my day is work, with very little downtime or relaxation until very late at night. It's very, very late at night. Usually like 11 p.m. my time is when my relaxation time comes into play. That's not the time to be working out. You know what I mean? That's when you're supposed to be going into down mode. And it sucks. Like, I wish I had this lifestyle. I wish this lifestyle that I have because of my job allowed me to have.
How many hours a day does he actually stream? Like 7? I commute like 2.5 hours a day. I could be doing a lot more shit with my life if I didn't do that.
The one day a week that I get a ton of exercise is when Kat and I have our day off.
And everybody does in the GTA.
Like, hitting up the town. We sometimes go somewhere for breakfast, or if we got to do errands in the morning, we quickly do them. We go around doing the stuff we need to do. So it's just moving, constantly driving, walking, moving, walking. You're trying to get physical activity in. Sometimes we just go to the mall just to go to the mall and walk around. We don't even spend money or buy anything. We just do it to get exercise, So my days off are my days when I get strenuous physical activity in. And actually, it's true, by the time that I get home, because usually we go out like 10 in the morning, we don't come back till like 8, 9 o'clock at night.
Okay, now there are times I go to the mall for exercise, but that's in the winter when it's like -20 and I can't really go outside. So I'll just go to a mall and walk around for a while. But I think that's kind of different.
I'm like dead tired because I'm not used to strenuous activity like that.
What? What did he call strenuous activity?
Strenuous physical activity. And actually, it's true, by the time that I get home, because usually we go out like 10 in the morning, we don't come back till like 8, 9 o'clock at night. I'm like dead tired because I'm not used to strenuous activity like that,
Sorry, what?
Go around, doing the stuff we need to do. So it's just moving, constantly driving, walking, moving, walking. You're trying to get physical activity in. Sometimes we just go to the mall just to go to the mall and walk around. We don't even spend money or buy anything. We just do it to get exercise, So my days off are my days when I get strenuous physical activity in. And actually, it's true, by the time that I get home, because usually we go out like 10 in the morning. We don't come back till, like, 8, 9
Strenuous
o'clock at night.
physical
I'm like
activity.
dead tired because I'm not used to strenuous activity like that,
Like I said, I don't know if you want to call it workout, but just to like Like I said, if it's like -20 or it's like snowing or something, I might go to a mall and just walk around for an hour or so just to stretch my legs a bit. But that's not strenuous content.
Could I do exercise equipment? Probably not. And the reason I say that is there's really nowhere to put it. Like, there's no giant empty space in the house to put stuff. People are like, you have this giant house. And I'm like, well, in reality, we have a house, but there's a lot in it. You know, the laundry room is full of shit to wash laundry. The dining room has a giant dining room table that takes up all the space.
We've seen he has all kinds of room in his house.
The living room has a giant couch. There's not like an empty room in this house where there's tons of room for anything.
Why does it have to be in an empty room? I have my my treadmill in the basement, like near the TV. Like, you could just put it in the back of a room. It's not like he has people over all the time.
So I don't even know where I put exercise equipment. In reality, I would like to do, like, going to a gym, just walking on a treadmill, maybe riding an exercise bike, doing basic stuff. But I don't have the time to do it. And 9 times out of 10, when it's time for me to actually have some free time, Cat's at work with the car. So I couldn't even go if I wanted to.
Just buy one. My treadmill was like $250 Canadian. And it works perfectly fine. Like, exercise equipment isn't that, like, expensive. You don't buy the high end shit. Just go on Craigslist or Kijiji or something and find some.
So it sucks. Can I afford to stream less? No. Freddie Bosley, I'm barely making ends meet doing what I'm doing now. Barely. I told you, my account gets overdrawn now on a monthly basis. I can't. I have to stream as much as I do.
I mean, like, one of the things I do is I just watch Netflix or something or YouTube videos while I'm working out. So, like, there's this show I've been watching, Project Blue Book, which is really good, by the way. So I've just been watching that while I do my run on the treadmill. Like, or there's like, he could just be watching like his SmackDown while he's walking. Like, he doesn't even have to run, just walk at a leisure pace.
If not stream more, I can't stream less. Slop Tart tipped me $3 to something about being banned and wants an unbanned, but doesn't give their name, and I know nothing about it. You're contacting the wrong person at the wrong time. Sorry. No one wants to see me working out. Oh my god. Someone said, stream yourself working out instead of playing a game. No. It's disgusting. That's just what you want to see me. Profusely fucking sweating. Plus, how do you think I'm going to stream me working out? How am I going to get a camera into the fucking room? What are you talking about?
You just move the camera?
How many push-ups can I do? How the fuck would I know? The last time I did push-ups was in the 2000s.
This is great content.
Why don't you get a real job? Well, because a real job pays less than what I make, dummy. That's why.
Okay.
This is a real job. In fact, this is one of the most fucking real jobs there is, because it's a ton of work, and it's a ton of micromanagement, and it's a ton of stress. This is definitely a real fucking job.
It's a real job.
Since 2011. Mm-hmm. Don't tell me something that I've done for a living for almost 10 years is not a real job. That's just ignorance. You are stupid.
I actually am going to kind of agree with Phil here. Oops, sorry. That it kind of, like, anything that you make a living doing is a job. So I do think it is a real job. My issue with him is just he begs for money. Like, if he made money mostly through ad revenue, that would be one thing. But
working out instead of playing a game. No. This is not a real job. That's just ignorant. For me, see, I wouldn't agree with that quote 100%. I would say true knowledge is knowing that you don't know everything. That's what I think. Not thinking that you are so... You know everything. You know better than everyone else. If you go through life with an open mind to see other people's perspectives...
God, he just keeps looking older. He looks like he's in his mid-50s now. Like...
And or see a bigger picture when it comes to stuff, you're going to have a much better life than someone who's just like a pig-headed person who's stubborn. That's how I used to be, and my life, in my opinion, right now is much better now that I've become a more open-minded person, so. Ugh. Dope Boy KG could be the dumbest person in a while in a stream. He just says, you're complaining about not having enough money, you don't want to change. What do you not understand? I make a lot of money doing what I do. My problem is not the amount of money I'm making, it's the amount of debt I have, and I've accumulated over the years because of things that have been fucked up that have happened to me.
Well, whose fault is it that you're in all this debt? Like, I make a lot of money, but I don't make enough money. Like, it's just such bullshit.
I make more money now than I ever made before I ever did this for a living, period. So you are an idiot. You are a moron. If I quit this job to go do something else, I would make dramatically less money.
By the way, everybody, I could use some money to help with my tax situation. So yeah, send me a super chat.
Money doing the new job. So why would I hurt myself to get a different job? Stop being stupid. Oh my God. Coco HD cheers, and maybe you can wake up earlier and go to the gym or go for a walk for an hour and then get ready for the main stream. Well, thing is, I now get up roughly on average around 9 a.m. I usually go to sleep around 2. And you might say, why so late? It's because Kat works late. She usually doesn't.
Oh, okay. Somebody just pledged money via Patreon. Thank you very much. D, that's going to go straight to the bills.
It's home then, and that's when we spend like 1 or 2 hours together before we go to sleep. It's the most time we have together all day. So I can't go to sleep earlier. I go to sleep late. Now, if you're telling me
wow.
go to bed at 2, wake up at 6
okay, so people are giving me... Oh, thanks, guys. That's really, really kind of you. I was just joking about the tax situation, but
see what I mean?
I really appreciate it. Thanks.
Slopdark tipped me $3. He says, Slopdark is my name. That is my username. I want to participate. Well, I can see what happened. Hold on. The new user commands that are now available on Twitch allow us to bring up logs and to figure out why someone got banned. You were banned on the 13th. Let's see why. We can do live. Here we go. Well, let's see. The 2 things that you said in the stream chat, Sloptart. First was, when can we see your jerk-off clip? And the second thing you said was, look here, look, listen, a meme of someone else. So, I know why you got banned, because you're a fucking idiot. That's why.
No. Well, do it live!
Now, if you want to publicly apologize for what you did to get banned, of the 2 things you ever said in the chat were both stupid shit, and you apologize that you'll never do it again, maybe I'll consider unbanning you and giving you a second chance. There you go. I guess he didn't think that I was going to look that up live on stream. Judicious Echoes just did a 1,000-bit cheers, and an occasional post-stream sounds great, especially for March going into tax season. I hear you. Like, when I can do it, like tonight, I could have went longer with the game. I don't want to. Like, I think 2 hours was good enough for Subnautica. I'm just enjoying just relaxing and talking with you guys for a little bit. So if and when I can do this in March, maybe I will. And you're right. Maybe it'll be a great opportunity for a little bit of extra fundraising or whatever, because I need it, okay? Which, by the way, before we adjourn tonight, I will explain a little bit about March. I'll talk about this on streams tomorrow, too. But basically, things...
Mind tricks don't work on me. Only money.
Exactly.
Some things are going to be more supportive than others in March, okay? The King in Yellow wants
Oh, thank you, Anime Girl. That's very kind of you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
me to look up the ban chat logs whenever someone asks to get unbanned.
I see you don't have a... is there something you'd like me to read out for you other than just thanking you? Oh, anyways, I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure, why not? But the thing is, I'll do it now. I'm not going to do it during gameplay and derail all the game. You know what I mean? Now I don't mind doing it. The Hopper says, not going to lie, every once in a while streams winding down like this is great. I hear ya. King Bagel Goose Judy says, live troll redemption court should be a new segment of yours. Yes.
No, but that would be good. Like, but people would actually, like, watch that. Oh, thanks. Anime Girl says, hope it goes to the Bills. It's going straight to the Bills. But, like, if he did that, that would make tons of money. Like, Phil never, like, exploits the drama. Like, he does, like, dumb shit, but if he exploited the drama, he could probably make more money out of it. Like, remember when I think it was Tevin or someone suggested to just have him charge people $20 to fight him in Street Fighter. Like, he'd make hundreds of thousands of dollars doing that. Hundreds or thousands, not hundreds of thousands of dollars doing that. Like, that would be great. A troll redemption court would get him all kinds of money. Just let people pay to get unbanned. Like, no one really cares at this point. It would be funny.
Retrofan says, what's your favorite Dark Souls game? It's still Dark Souls 1. Still my favorite.
Mine's 2. I'm the only person, but yeah.
Mexican Surgeon says, this is very chill. I enjoy it more than the gameplay of Subnautica. It's because it is. It's just me talking with you and just interacting and just shooting the shit. This actually is more chill than, oh my god, micromanage. Oh my god, there's leaks. I gotta fix these. Oh my god, I'm out of resources. I gotta go get resources. Oh my god, I'm being attacked. Oh my god. See, it's not very chill, honestly. Minecraft is. Subnautica is not. Minecraft is like, you can be chill. You can build things so you don't get attacked. You're fine. You can be self-sufficient. This is like, it's not. I'm sorry. It's still a good game, but it's definitely not a chill thing. It's just not. It's not very chill. I've already cut a ton of bills. People, can you cut bills somewhere to help? It's not. My situation is not a situation where I can shave $100 off a month and I'm fine now. That's the problem. I've cut bills everywhere. I've reduced everything. I've reduced my internet bills. I've reduced my television bill. I've reduced.
Remember how he still has 2 internet? Like, what's up with that? I don't know. Like, he was talking about how much money he spent on internet. I couldn't believe it.
In the house, I've done everything I possibly can to reduce. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I just want to play this clip.
Senator for the Dogs says, what's the sub event for this month? There will not be a sub event in March. There will not be a sub goal in March.
Why?
I'll explain why in a minute. Okay. But there's no sub goal for March.
Fuck
There will be a sub goal for April, but not for March, I think.
Okay, like, I get it that my streams aren't the best. Isn't it like streaming okay? I don't have business level internet. I think it's. I think I'm streaming in 1080p, aren't I? Like in HD. No one's ever like. There's been audio issues I've had. I don't think the video's ever really had troubles.
Cut the second internet line. Actually, just so you know, it's actually cheaper for me to keep it. I know that sounds crazy, but it was late 2017 when I knew I was gonna have to start cutting costs around here, and I called my cable company and I said, number one, I don't want your cable service anymore, and I got rid of the television. I said, number two, I want to reduce cost on internet, and basically they said, well, what we want to do is actually save you more money, and we have this promotion. It's I think it was a 3-year contract that will sign you up for this discounted rate for 3 years, keep both your lines, and they actually increased the speed of my internet over here for a locked-in rate that was less than me paying for just the one line if I did it by itself.
Yeah, they scammed you. Phil gets scammed so easily by absolutely everything. You know what it is in 3 years? It was probably 3 months. That's what those assholes at Bell and Rogers do. They always promise you this amazing deal, but it expires after like 3 months.
So I signed a 3-year contract.
Those guys are such fucking pieces of shit. I don't know if any of you have ever dealt with Rogers or Bell. But what they'll do is they'll call you and they'll negotiate with you and they'll promise you all this shit. And then when you sign, they'll renege on it and they'll be like, oh, we don't have a record of any of that. I remember one time I was talking to them and I'm like, could you just send me an email with the terms we discussed? I just like it in writing. And they're like, we don't give our terms in writing. You just have to trust us. I'm just like, no, fuck you guys.
I think the catch is I have to remember in late 2020. No, that was 20. It was late 2017. So 2018. Yeah, late 2020. So late next year, I have to remember to contact them again.
Okay, Nar Warrior says I just cut the cord with Rogers. Feels good, man. Fuck Rogers.
Say, once that contract expires, I'm done. I'm gonna just go to the one line or whatever I'm gonna do. Because it's funny that they did that. Because I was intending to get rid of everything. I actually have a landline phone. I don't use it. I was going to get rid of that. And they said, no, we're going to log into this package for 3 years. It's cheaper to get everything. So I did. Yeah, that's right, Bambino. That's exactly what was going to happen. For me to cut stuff was actually going to make my bill go up. I did cut out the television. But then they were like, oh, well, now your bill will be this unless you get this special package. I'm like, all I want is the one internet line. It was more expensive. So I said, all right, we'll do the package and we'll reduce the cost.
The big issue with the internet is there just isn't very much competition. I'm not sure if that's because, like, it's a natural monopoly, it's a natural oligopoly. But it just, there's never any, like, competition, really. Like, in Canada, we have 2 internet providers, Bell or Rogers. Bell is fiber and Rogers is cable, and that's it. There's no one else. You can go with like Tech Savvy, but Tech Savvy just uses Bell's lines. So
did I lose interest in PC gaming? I noticed you haven't watched or played a PC game in a long time. For me, it's not that I lost interest. I cannot play a PC game because I have to capture at one quality for YouTube, stream at another quality for Twitch because Twitch only has certain limitations that make it lower quality. And when I do that while playing a game on my PC, the whole thing craps out and can't do it. If I had a gaming PC just to play the game.
Okay, but my old PC could do that. My laptop could do that. I was able to stream Empire at War off of my like 4-year-old laptop, no problem. And we're supposed to believe he can't stream, like, anything off of his PC?
games, and then I had this dedicated PC here to capture and stream, I could do it. But I don't have that set up, so I can't do PC games anymore.
What about his
I can only
laptop?
do like indie PC games that don't take up a lot of resources. Those I could still do.
Why don't you play some retro shit? As I've said, I would give this guy like $50 to $100 to see him play Fire Emblem. Can you guys imagine how awesome Phil playing Fire Emblem would be? He wouldn't figure it out. He would just bitch the whole time. Don't get me wrong, I'm shitty at video games too, but I don't do it for a living.
How many marathons in March? No, one marathon. There will be one special marathon that's going to happen.
Like, what does everyone else do? So are we supposed to believe every single person who streams video game footage on Twitch or YouTube has multiple PCs? I don't think like anybody does.
At some point in March, okay? There will be a retrospective event in March. That's basically kind of another marathon, but it's of a different kind. Instead of me playing games and stuff, it's going to be us watching back vlogs and on previous playthroughs and stuff. So at least 2 special events in March, okay?
Okay.
Hello, Yusuke. How's it going, man? Good evening. All right, you guys have any more questions, or would you like me to talk a little bit about March and this, the stuff coming up and being serious about March and basically kind of talk about the whole month and what I'll be going through? Is that what you guys would like right now? Because I'm going to do that before I adjourn tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get a bunch of emails, too.
Bunch of emails. This is great content, Dave. This is only the best.
No, I'm not doing Cooking with the King. Oh my God, genetic gamer, man. I'm not doing Cooking with the
But
King.
people want it. Like,
all right, here's the
who cares if people are going to give you fucking money to do something? Just take the money. You don't have any dignity.
Me being honest with you, I'm going to talk about this on pre-streams and everything starting tomorrow as well. March will probably be the most important month ever for me, as a content creator, because I need to basically raise as many funds as possible, way more than usual. Typically I make a certain amount on Twitch every month. It's great. I can't complain. I need to make way more than that in this month. The reason being, my taxes are going to be coming due, federal taxes, in mid-April. I think the exact date is April 17th.
I thought they were coming due in January.
I don't know yet. I'll know when my tax attorney completes my taxes. I just did all my tax work earlier this week. Did everything that was required of me, sent it to the tax attorney, then he wanted more information, I gave it to him, and he's working on it right now. Didn't give me a commitment of when they will have an answer for me of how much I owe and all that, but they're supposed to let me know sooner rather than later. I told them chances are in April I may be traveling to go to Connecticut to visit my parents, and therefore if that's the case, that's even less time for them to finish it and give me what I need to sign off on forms and have
the parents were fucking paying him to go there, and he's gonna like beg them for money probably.
In addition to that, I told them the earlier you tell me how much I owe, the better it is for me because I can figure out how much I need to raise. Okay. So I've got this huge amount of money that I know I'm going to owe the federal government. All right, I know it, and I'm very nervous because here's the deal. The way it works is twofold. Okay, when it comes to federal taxes and the fact that you can't pay them, one of 2 things will happen. The federal government will either say we're going to put you on a payment plan that you will agree to, and it could be up to, from what I understand, it could be years, or it could be short term. It could be whatever they decide. You're in their hands what they want to do. No, the way the payment plan works, if you don't pay it now, you're really screwed. Because if you don't pay their payment plan now, they can actually try to garnish things like wages and stuff. To basically money that I have coming in, they'll try to take it before I can even use it. I don't know how much they're
going to steal it.
In general, it's not good. If you repeatedly don't pay your taxes, you go to jail. Felony tax evasion. Okay. So in this regard, it's a big deal. If they put me on this payment plan, I have to find a way to pay it, and I don't know what it's going to be. It could be, oh, we understand your things are super tight right now and you're not doing good, so here, it'll be a couple $100s a month. Maybe I can make that work. Versus, $1,000 a month. I don't have it. There's no way I can pay that. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
You know what I mean?
The other thing they can do, is they can put a lien on your house. So they might say, now this is just me pulling a number out of thin air. Phil, you owe $20,000 that you didn't pay in taxes. We're just going to put a lien on your home for that. So if you ever want to refinance your mortgage or sell your house, the first place that the profits go is to us. Okay? That's how it works. That sucks. Because that means that, remember, the big thing that I'm hoping for to eventually get out of debt is a refinance of my home. I have a lot of equity in this house. I've lived here since 2014, and the home value has gone up every year.
Just sell the fucking house already.
I know eventually eventually I can refinance this house. And when I do that, what I want to do is take all of my shitty credit card debt, loan debt, all this debt that I have that's considered bad debt, put it into the mortgage, dramatically reduce my monthly payments, and now that extra money goes to the taxes, goes to paying the things that I'm having trouble paying right now. The problem right now is I have an insane amount of this bad debt, credit card, loan debt. It's considered bad debt, and it's exponential interest rates. Where in the last year and a half, and this is no exaggeration, my credit card payments more than double. So I used to pay a certain amount a month.
$1,000. Okay.
Then I now pay more than double that. I have the same amount of debt. It's not like my debt went up, but because of the same amount of debt, because interest rates and everything in the United States have raised recently, the Fed raised interest rates and everything. All these credit card companies freaked out. Oh my God, and they raised their interest rates. So I'm paying more than double what I used to in credit card payments every month. That was the money I used to have to pay taxes. So until I can get rid of these credit cards, I can never be in a better position. So what I need to do is refinance this house, whether I can do it this year or next year. I need to show consistent income of a certain level. I now have 2 years of consistent income that's higher and hopefully is enough to qualify for a refinance. If not, 1 more year maybe, and hopefully that's enough. And then once I qualify for the refinance, I get rid of all the credit card debt and all these problems go away. Seriously,
they all go away. It's just,
and it goes into a mortgage payment. All my problems go away. Credit rating will increase dramatically, so my credit will get healthier. I'll have less monthly payments to be able to pay my taxes. All I need to be able to do is do that, and it sucks. It just really sucks.
Doesn't he say this every single time?
My problem is, like, it doesn't seem like either situation is a good one. If the government puts me on a payment plan for the taxes, I don't know if I can afford it, and I'm kind of at their whim, whatever they want to do. Okay, I'm at their mercy, and I don't know what else to do because how am I going to pay it? Right now, I'm barely making ends meet to pay my own stuff. How am I going to pay this payment plan they put me on, right? Unless somehow I get an increase in income. If they put me the lien on my house, okay, at least short term, that's the better option because now immediately I don't have to come up with money. But number one, still that doesn't help me with paying taxes this year. The new taxes for this year. Number two, what if I want to refinance and now they're like, oh man, you got a 20 grand lien on your house. We don't want to deal with that because that's less equity for you. Now that's less debt of yours that you can pay off. There's basically no good situation. The only good situation here is
people giving you money.
I somehow raise enough funds to pay off most, if not all, of the taxes that I'm going to owe by mid-April. In 1 month. Basically, I have 1 month, the month of March, and the first 2 weeks of April. That's the time. I have a month and a half left to raise enough.
How amazing would it be if it turns out this whole thing was 100% fake and he has like an offshore bank account with like $1 billion in it?
Funds to pay my federal taxes. And if I can't do that, I'm basically financially screwed. Realistically, the only way out at that point would be to sell the house, which would be terrible. I worked my ass off to earn this place, to buy it, to maintain it, to keep it. I turned this office into my place of business, and you guys love the quality of the streams and videos that I put out.
Phil, you're an hero.
I know that. I know how
you
much
need
better
to
of a
be
setup
an hero.
this is than I'm ever going to get if I move to another small apartment or, you know what I mean? Like, I know. I just know the quality is going to go away. And the internet
just
here
go back
has
to your
been fairly
fucking
consistent.
condo.
What happens if I have to move to an apartment complex where everyone has shared internet again, like I used to have in Connecticut? Remember all the internet issues I fucking constantly had when I lived in Connecticut?
I don't think there were any.
Which I don't have here. It's going to be terrible. It really is. It's just going to be absolutely awful. And plus, if I had to move out of here, all right, if I had to move out of here to move somewhere, now you're talking looking for a new place, preparing this house for sale, which I'm not going to have time to do unless I stop working. So now you're talking stop work to do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's not feasible. It's just not fucking feasible to do this. It sucks.
Well, get your parents to come and do that.
I really don't know. There's like no way out. It's like the only way to get out of the situation clean without horrible consequences is to raise enough funds to at least knock out the majority.
The only way is for you to give me more money. I love it. I love how there's literally nothing he could do.
The taxes that I'm going to owe in April in a month and a half. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Even with all of you guys being as generous as you possibly can and coming out and saying we support you and we love what you do. We want you to succeed. We don't want you to lose your house here. Here's a little bit of help. Even with all of you doing that together, I don't know if it's going to be enough. I'm nervous. I don't know what to do, man.
Just give me more money.
I don't.
It'll solve it.
I guess we'll see. So let's be honest here. In the month of March,
I'm gonna have to raise a lot of money.
What can you do to help? All right. The bottom line is that in order for you to be directly supportive now, moving forward with this tax situation, there's multiple ways you can help. Pledging to my Patreon, still okay. That's still fine.
Oh, it's okay. I'm glad that it's okay. I was thinking it would just not be okay. It would be. We have to give you money in a different way.
Buying something from my Teespring, that's okay. That's still good for now. Or tipping me, okay? Cheering and subbing, I still appreciate. They're still great. but it actually takes 2 months of processing time for any cheers or subs to actually translate into anything that will benefit me at all.
So fuck you if you give me money that way.
March, I don't see it until May. It's too late to help.
It's too late.
So at this point, I'm at like, this is the limit now. This is the very end.
It's too late to apologize. It's too late.
Shout out and still appreciate any contributions. Keep in mind, even though I'm trying to raise money for taxes, I still need money just to pay my bills. You see what I mean? So still okay. Still okay if you want to cheer or sub during the month of March. It's still good and it's much appreciated. But if you really want to help with this tax situation, it's got to be Patreon, Teespring, or tipping me. Those are the 3 ways to help. Okay. So. During the month of March, you're going to hear me talking about this. Please tip me today on stream if you want to help out. That's the best way to help out. And I'm going to be saying that all month long. All right?
This dude has no shame whatsoever. This is really sad.
Dope Soap says, didn't you say if worst comes to worst, selling the house would be the last thing you did and you could claim bankruptcy or default and stop making payments for the condo? Well, let's talk about those things. If I just default and don't pay for the condo in Connecticut, a few things happen. Number one, legally, I still have to pay the condo association dues because as long as that home is still legally in my name, I'm legally responsible for that. And if I don't pay those, they could actually sue me, which would really fuck me over. So I have to still pay those. Those are still $350 a month. All right. I could stop just paying the mortgage on the place in Connecticut, and that would be about $1,000 a month extra. That still wouldn't be enough to pay taxes. It still wouldn't be enough to do much. Okay, it would help, but it wouldn't help much. What would end up happening is the mortgage company would come after me. I would just outright tell them, I'm not talking to you. I'm abandoning the property. I cannot afford it anymore. It's up to you to start foreclosure proceedings and do what you need to do. The only information you need from me moving forward is to tell me when you foreclosed on the property, period. And I'm done with you. And then I could just completely ignore them and never answer them again. But potentially, from what I'm to understand, it could take like years. It could take like a year for them to even begin formal foreclosure proceedings. So I'd still be stuck with that condo for like a year, 2 years. And by the way, the moment you stop paying a mortgage, your credit goes, ooh.
Well, you don't deserve good credit. Why would anyone give this asshole good credit? He doesn't deserve it.
Into the toilet. Now the problem that we're talking about is if my credit score goes insanely low, the credit companies who I have credit cards with are now going to contact me and be like, "Oh, Phil, well, guess what? We're canceling all your credit cards because your credit went so bad. We don't want you to be our customer anymore. You still owe what you owe, but you can never use the credit cards again." Well, I hate to tell all of you this. Credit cards are what I use to pay everything because I have no money. All my money goes to pay the debt. So I need to have freedom.
So all the money goes to pay the debt. So I have to take out more debt to pay the debt.
Credit, or if I don't have a little bit of freedom of credit, I can't even buy games. I wouldn't be able to buy the games for the streams. I wouldn't be able to go grocery shopping. Nothing. I'd have no money at all. I have no flexibility. So
None.
if I stopped paying that condo in Connecticut, within a year, I probably would fuck everything up so badly that I would basically ruin my life. Okay? So I probably just can't do that. All right?
It's your fault, everybody. It's your fault.
It's a tough call. The reason being, I would have to justify that I have enough financial problems here to justify bankruptcy. And I could justify, listen, my business is based out of my home, so if I sell my home, you're talking major disruption to the business to the point where I'll lose so much income, I can't pay my bills, so I can't move, and there's nothing else to draw upon. I can't possibly work more to make more money. It's just not possible. I have to declare bankruptcy. But there's all these guidelines, and I would have to basically hire a bankruptcy lawyer to now look into it. More money I don't have to pay a bankruptcy lawyer to make a case and say whether or not it's something that I could actually do. By the way, again, when you do bankruptcy proceedings, your credit's completely destroyed.
So
now, the difference here, if I do bankruptcy proceedings, technically my debt is erased, or some of my debt is erased. So even though maybe I wouldn't have the ability to have credit anymore, I'd still be making money from what I do as a job, and the money could go to important things like paying the taxes, paying for things just with cash rather than on credit. So I don't know. It would be very tough for me to justify bankruptcy unless there was a sudden massive decrease in income. So to give you guys a perfect example here, let's say later this year, Article 13 passes, and half the people who watch me can't watch me anymore because they're all blacklisted because Article 13 makes it so the European Union can't watch streams and videos anymore. So my viewership on stream halves, my contributions on stream halves, and I'm making half as much money. I can't pay any bills anymore. Now I could file for bankruptcy probably convincingly easy and just say, look, the money just went away. There's nothing I could do with it.
That is like the most 4D chess
that's probably
plan.
Exactly what
That's the most 4D chess plan I've ever heard.
what I would have to do. If Article 13 passes and ruins everything, that's it. You know what I mean?
Okay, so Sargon is in league with DSP. So he's going to go and he's going to make sure Article 13 passes. So Phil can declare bankruptcy. And once Phil declares bankruptcy, I don't fucking know.
It's over. Illusion God did 100 cheers of Hey Phil. What's up? Fred Flintstone cheers. Can we get a shout out to Chestnut? What's up, Chestnut? How you doing? Chestnut actually now stands perfectly nicely here. He used to fall all the time, and now he actually just sits still, which is nice.
Where's Chestnut? Like, what's that a reference to?
Prohibited from using the condo as a rental property. In Connecticut, not prohibited, but I can't do it because I would need to have someone actually maintain the property. Let me explain.
You get a
Let's
property
say
management
I find a renter
company
to rent a place in Connecticut. Great. Money starts coming in immediately. But if the toilet breaks, I'm legally responsible to have that toilet fixed. If that person violates the condo rules and gets in trouble, like they're making loud noises at night, I'm the one responsible.
You get a property management company.
Without being physically in Connecticut, how do I do those things? Plus, I have no money.
Property management company.
I have no money to call a plumber and fix the toilet. You see what I mean? What I need is a company to come in and do what's called property management.
Yeah, do it.
I get rent. They take the rent payment and take a cut of it every month and give me the rest. If I could find a company to do that, then I'd be okay and I'd be able to rent the condo in Connecticut. I haven't been able to find a single fucking reputable company who will do it for me.
He's never. What are the odds? Okay, press 1 if he's never looked. Press 2 if he's looked and he can't find a company.
All I found was individuals who don't have business listings, don't have websites, don't have anything on like Yelp, nothing official. Oh, I just do it as a side thing. All the companies in Connecticut that are really good property management companies won't deal with the area where my condo was in because that's considered a high-risk area where a lot of people are not dependable and they flake out and do stupid shit like I just described, so they don't want to deal with those areas. So I can't find someone to manage my condo. I can't rent it. It's a money pit for me, and I can't get rid of it.
Really? I don't buy that. There's going to be some scummy like slum landlord thing where they're going to like. There's always going to be someone who will do it. They might just take a little bit more of the money.
Piscu just did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Piscu. Dope Soap cheers. We'd be willing to put total tips and a goal counter for the whole month so people can know exactly how much to give. The problem with that would be, number one, I don't have the total. I don't know what I owe. Until I know what
he's never gonna know how much he. I think he still doesn't know how much he owes.
I can't do that. Number two, you know what a nightmare it would be to do a running total of tips for the entire fucking month.
Oh, that would be so hard.
I can't even do it for the day. Like I do my first stream, then on second stream I try to add the tips together on the fly while gaming. It's not possible. It's just not. If I had an automated system, then yes, but I don't. And Muxy, by the way, doesn't work. Some people say, "Oh, use Muxy's totals." They don't work. The other day, I looked and it claimed that I had like $30 in tips when I had received 5, and I'm like. It just doesn't work. Muxy's system never worked.
No, it did. You did receive 30. You're just lying about it.
I don't think I would be able to do a running tally for the month. But what I could do is like if I have an idea of
like this is such bullshit. Like it's such nonsense. To be honest, really, nobody tells him. Nobody like. There's no way that he can get people to like. It boggles the mind. How are people supposed to like pay their like? So his claim is that they won't give him. They won't tell him how much he owes. How does anyone fucking pay taxes if like? His lies don't even make any sense.
What I need to raise, maybe for those special events, like I mentioned, for the retrospective event, for the marathon I'm going to do in March. Then I could have tip goals that I could have on the stream that we could build towards during those days, probably. Ben Boxer cheered. He says, "Does having bad credit score affect things like Apple Pay and PayPal?" Not really. In particular, credit scores will affect things such as credit cards, personal loans, and the ability to get new credit. There are other very, very narrow exceptions to that where it will affect other things. But in general, bad credit or having issues with credit, those are the direct things that it affects.
Yeah, Adam, you're right.
I've never heard a situation where like PayPal said you can't use our services because you have bad credit. They don't even run your credit. So I don't know how they would even do that. Same thing with Apple Pay. They don't get that information, you know. The Lotion God Cheers says, will you change the couch mascot? Will you keep it seasonally themed? Right now, Chestnut's been pretty cool for a couple months. I've had him January and February. At this point, you know, seasonally themed, what's the next season? Spring? What do you want, a rabbit for Easter? I see what I mean? Like, I don't know.
It's too much effort, guys.
Having a mascot is the last thing on my mind for this month of March.
It's too much effort.
With all the stuff going on.
Do a rabbit like you, Theo's rabbit.
Some people are saying I should think of doing something like a GoFundMe. I mean, I don't know how that would go down. I don't know if GoFundMe would allow my situation to
They probably would
contribute to. I have no idea if that's something that's allowed, you know. It just sucks. Like my situation is one that's just shitty. If this tax situation with the state taxes didn't happen, I would be actually perfectly fine right now.
No, you
can believe
wouldn't.
it, because when it was just a rolling problem that created more and more issues. When I found out in 2017 that my attorney had, or my CPA, excuse me, had been doing my taxes wrong for 4 years, it completely screwed me over. Not only did I have to owe roughly around between $1,500, I think it was between $1,500 and $2,000 a year for state taxes, but then I had to pay thousands of dollars in back taxes, plus fees, plus interest. Then I had to pay the new CPA to fix it, and he charged thousands of dollars. That was the money that was supposed to go to my federal taxes. Like, no lie, that money all would have gone towards federal taxes. So that was the beginning of the snowballing effect that fucked me over.
Adam, I feel like some trolls might give him money, just like so he can stick around. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I had. I'm getting really tired, so God bless everybody. Have a